So, hi guys, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain to you about the fantasy racing that they're doing on Formgrids. I'm with Emma, my daughter, and she doesn't know much about it at all, and she's going to ask me to make sure that we get it nice and straight. So, what do you know about the fantasy racing on Formgrids?
Not much at all. Why don't you tell me about it?
Okay. You know that when we play the fantasy league on football?
Yep.
Okay. Now it's like that, where you nominate players, and with those players you make up your team, and with your team you get points and you do it against other people.
Perfect.
Okay. Now this is the same type of thing. Instead of getting a football team, you get a trainer.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're the trainer.
Okay.
So you name your own stable what you want to. Right. What happens then is there's a small entrance fee to go on there.
All right. Fair enough.
Of 100 rand.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But they've got some super prizes. They have been sponsored by Betfred.
Uh-huh.
Right. Betfred's a very, very, I think it's a new book. I don't even know if it's a South African one. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Betfred have already started sponsoring, and they're doing 4,000 rand this week. Last month they did 10,000 rand, I think, for the player that got top.
Uh-huh.
And now they're talking about, as soon as it grows a bit, giving 150,000 rand away a month.
Goodness, that's quite a
Okay.
win.
Okay. Now what it's all about is really, I played today for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, I played about a year ago, but today was the first time. And what you have to do, I paid my 100 rand.
Yep.
And I named my team, and I call it 5-star.
Right.
Right.
Like your bets.
It's the same, yeah, the same as my Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 5-star, and that's the name of my team, my stable.
Your stable.
Right. Right. The next stage is you are then shown the horses which are running. You're doing it on a daily basis. So you've got the 8 races, and you can see the horses in all the 8 races.
Okay.
And say you fancy a particular horse, and next to it will have a nomination prize to nominate the horse to win the race.
Yeah.
Now, when they nominate that, what happens then? Oh yes, you get odds offered, or it's how much you're going to pay to nominate that horse.
Based on odds.
Based on odds, based on its chances of winning according to the odds.
Okay.
Now, the prize money is 400, and they call it G-Bucks, which is G-Bucks. Right?
G-Bucks.
G-Bucks. They call G-Bucks. For maiden races, 400.
Yep.
And for superior races, 500.
For a win.
For a win.
Do you get anything for a place?
If it comes second, you get 300
Uh-huh.
and 200 in the maiden, and 200 and 100 in the other races.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
So what you've got then, you look at those horses, and you say, okay, this time I'm going to nominate 3 horses in this race. Now, when you've nominated, for your 100 rand entry, you actually get 5,000 G-Bucks.
Okay.
Right? So your nomination fee comes off that 5,000.
Yes,
Okay.
to nominate the horse in the
Right,
race, yeah.
Right? And if the horse has got very little chance, it'll only cost you 4 GBs. But if it's a very good horse, it could cost as much as 300 or 350.
Okay, sure.
Imagine 350 to win 400.
So favourites cost more.
Favourites cost more.
Okay.
Now, the two I played it today,
Uh-huh.
and there are about 50 odd people in the team. Well, not team, in the competition.
Game, yeah.
Right? I played it, and unfortunately I missed the first 3 or 4 races because of load shedding. But, we all get load shedding, so it doesn't matter. All right? But you can nominate your horses in the morning before the race.
Okay.
After 11 o'clock, I think it is, or in the morning you can nominate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And now you can also nominate the horse up to 5 minutes before the race.
Oh, that's great.
Right? So you can watch the betting. If the betting comes down, it's a springer, you can nominate it. You can also unnominate a horse that you've done earlier.
Yeah.
And you get 10 bets a day.
Okay, so you only get 10 bets regardless of the races. So I could do 10 bets all in one race.
Yeah.
Or I could do 1 bet every race and 2 in the last couple of races.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then what happens at the end of the day, Formgrids, they work out how much you've received in prize money for your horses.
How many G-bucks?
How many G-bucks, right? I got, I think, 1,800 G-bucks today.
That you won.
That I won.
Yep.
And I laid out, I think, about 1,300.
Okay, so...
Right? So I made about 500 G-bucks today.
That's very fair
Right.
system.
So
Yeah.
what happens then is you've got your 500 rand, your 100 rand, which has bought 5,000 G-bucks.
Yeah.
Right? I've now got 550 G-bucks.
Okay.
They've added to my 500. Right? Now, then they do the table, and you can see exactly who's leading the table. And they're doing, this week they're doing it as a weekly competition, and there's a monthly competition.
Okay.
As far as I know, it's the one price takes you to both competitions.
So it's $100 for the month,
It's $100 for the month.
providing you don't run out of G-bucks.
But if you run out of G-bucks, you can buy another 5,000.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You can buy up to 35,000. Right? But it doesn't. It's only the first 5,000 that counts on the table because you're using that. Once you
Yes.
run out of that, you're going back in, but you don't start with another 5,000 on the board. It's 5,000 behind the scenes as far
And
as I
you can
understand.
still only make 10 bets a day regardless of how
Yeah.
much is in the bank.
Yeah. Right? And when I did today, I found it very exciting because I was doing it race by race.
Yeah.
Right? So after the fourth race, because of my load shedding. After that, then I was doing it race by race, and it's really exciting because you're looking at the leaderboard, you say, oh, what did he do last race, etc. And you try and get your way. I'm only one day in. But what I'm thinking of doing, this is not yet cast in steel, right? That if some of my clients come into the competition, right? If they can beat me,
Yeah.
right, I will give them at the next day's tips free of charge.
And if they're not your clients?
If not my clients, hopefully they'll be with one Monday.
So you're saying that anyone who watches this video can
Yeah.
contact you
Yeah.
and challenge you in the 5-star,
No, they don't have to do that. What they have to do is join the Formgrids,
the
join the
fantasy.
fantasy,
Yeah.
the fantasy. Right? Join them. Tell me what their stable name is, and they'll say on the table whether or not they've beaten me.
Okay, so if they've beaten you, they must get in touch with you and they get the next day's tips free.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Just a bit of fun. But what I thought was very exciting. I enjoy betting race by race, right? But I know that I shouldn't bet race by race because I get one good bet and have a bet on that. But I do have interest in all the other races. So, you sometimes waste small money doing it. But this way, you don't have to worry because what you're going to do is you're going to play on this game and you get esteem. If you're beating other people, you'll get enjoyment. You have an interest in every race for nothing,
Very exciting.
right? With a chance of winning bucks.
Yeah, I think the prize money is fantastic.
So that's what I've done. So what I'm going to do, I'll do another video next week, right? We'll see how I've gone on in the week, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good.
Okay. So anybody watching this, if they want more information, contact me and I'll put you in touch with the right people at Formgrids. It's Michelle, her name. But I'll tell you how I do it, and I'll be making some videos on how to structure and how to do all this. It's a fun thing, same as we did all the fun quizzes during the COVID.
Yep.
It's a fun thing just between Emma and myself and any friends that like to watch. How's that?
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good luck with the fancy.
Thank you.